So, because of that, the car was taken off the rails and put back in the roundhouse. 2005, the car was found again. In the meantime, a lot of things had happened here at Disneyland. We had a new president of the corporation. We got a new president. All kinds of things went on. Matt was the new manager, new president here at Disneyland. He found the car, set it out, and had it redone. The car had become an all-you-can-eat buffet for termites and other things, so they had to take it pretty far apart. Back in the old days, when I was younger, right here by the bouquet, there was a large plate mirror. They had to take that out, had to take the buffet out. In doing so, on the back of the mirror was a paper backing on the mirror, and on there was the signatures of all the people that had converted the Grand Canyon to the Lilly. Also underneath the buffet top was a little note dated 1977, which was from a group that had been traveling to say how much fun they had on the Lilly. So those pieces of paper were preserved. Now they had to take it further apart because of the damage. On the outside of the car, the wainscoting, they had to take it off. And on the inside of the panels were signatures of the original builders in Burbank. This car was built on a soundstage in Burbank and trucked here. So all those signatures are still here in the car. The papers are still here in a special lid box that we have on the suite. So when this car was brought out again for rededication, which happened on February the 15th of 2006, the reason we chose February the 15th was it was Lilly and Disney's birthday. That's also the same day that we dedicated the Ward Kimball, our 5th locomotive. We have a total of 5 steam engines. The steam engines will use about 125 gallons of water each hour as they travel around the park. And now it's been 2 years ago, May, we converted them to biodiesel. Now we make our own biodiesel here in Disneyland, so please eat more French fries. Now the car, when it came back out in 2006, they added the stained glass windows to it. They had taken out the other furniture. They brought in the love seat and the parlor chair. They kept the ones from the Queen Mary. They brought in a smoking screen. That's what that brown thing is back there, a Victorian smoking screen. Yep.
How would that work? You need a high view when you're smoking?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
But you know when the men would go get their brandy and cigars back in the Victorian times? That's what that was for. That's the story. And I cannot deny it, and I can't prove it. One day we came in and there was damaged. What was there? Which was a piece of brocade cloth. It looked like it was beautiful. It was damaged. The carpeting is the same thing what you'll find in the Disney family apartment. The last remnant we have from the apartment. And we're very proud of this particular one. We operate it every day. We try to make it available. Any questions about our train?
I didn't know they went back that far.
Yeah, they're stripping up the carpet in various places.
Wow. Where's Hidden Mickey's?
I think you're awesome.
Well, thank you. I've received a lot of comments. Thank you very much. I've written, I did write the history of the Lilly Belle. It's on the archive, or in the archives in Burbank. I love the trains. I've been a foamer all my life. You're not a foamer, are you?
No.
You talk trains, you're foaming them out. But anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, the 2 stations that we were in Fantasyland, and now we're in Tomorrowland Station. These stations did not exist originally. It wasn't until 59 that they became active. And again, we have 5 locomotives that we travel around with. We have a total of 4 trains that we can operate. Today we're operating 3. Each train has a color and a number. This is our blue train, which is number 5. The locomotive will not tell you the number of the train. It could be, which is on the front now. We have number 1 engine on the front. So the cars, again, the trains and the locomotives are different. But we have the blue train number 5, the green train number 4, the yellow train number 3, and the old Retlaw 2 is, of course, number 2. My golly, who would have thought? Now we're getting ready to go into the Grand Canyon diorama. The Grand Canyon diorama was dedicated back on March the 28th, 1958. The Indians were here to help dedicate it. In fact, their Indian chief was 96 years old when they dedicated it. Had the Hopi Indians come over. Later on, Walt asked them if they would be so kind to help him do another project, and that was if they would be the ones to paddle the canoes around Disneyland. There's only one problem. Navajos don't even know what a canoe is. So that didn't happen. But anyway, this was dedicated, and we will be going there. Now, the background of the Grand Canyon diorama is 306 feet long, 34 feet high. It's one piece of canvas. One time was considered to be the world's largest piece of canvas. There are no seams in that canvas. It used about 350 gallons of paint and over 4,500 man-hours to paint the background.
Wow.
There are 46 animals on display. You'll be able to see them. So please, when you get in there, you get a chance. If you're seated over here, you can see what we're talking about, looking through other people. For those of you that are over here, if you want to look over your shoulder, you're more than welcome.
So that goes from the stuffed animals of today, and then it goes back all the way to the dinosaurs. So
Which is
that's
the
all
first
one.
commercial application of audio and animatronics. Walt's invention. And that was from the 1964-65 New York World's Fair. It was part of the Ford Motor Company exhibit. If you look out here, you may notice there's a track that's not used, kind of a silver thing that kind of swoops down and out. That's our people mover track. That was part of that original attraction also at the Ford Pavilion in New York. Oh, you can see it right going up the top. See the bridge for
Oh, yes, I do.
Right above it.
Yes, thank you. I missed it. I did too.
Well, you know, they did a survey recently. They found it's going to cost more to tear it down than to put it back in.
Oh, that's good.
Does that mean that they could use it again, or that they're just leave it there?
Well, there's always a possibility of something happening.
Rocket rods.
Rocket rods, yeah, you know. That was,
I did not like the rocket rods at all.
and neither did the rocket rods didn't like themselves either. They were down more often than not. With that being said, folks, I'm going to let you enjoy the
Please, para su seguridad, permanezca sentado
Primeval
y
World
mantenga
again.
las
You'll
manos,
enjoy that.
brazos,
Again, that
pies
was
y
one of the
piernas
last
dentro del
attractions.
tren.
Mr.
Incluye a
Disney
los
opened
pequeños.
back in
Por favor, no tome
1966. He
fotografías
passed
con
away in
manos.
December of 66. If he were alive today, he'd be 108 years old.
Wow.
So please sit back and enjoy it.
That's where all the shops and everything are. That's why everything is in the back.
My hand is here, honey. No flashing in the tunnel.
That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always